So I attended the Seattle Regional last night. I ended up doing a lot better than I thought I would with this deck. I ended up going 6-2 last night. I was my only losses were round 2 against Drake Hotel branded, where I just bricked both games and I couldn't do anything. And then round 8, where I lost to the Malice player that got top 8. I was hoping to get top 8, but it didn't happen this time, unfortunately. But hopefully, next regionals that I attend, I can do it. But yeah, I was surprised by how the deck performed. I don't think that I played. I don't think I misplayed very often. I think there was just some times where I kind of just messed up. It was like minuscule, not like big enough to consider as misplays. But my matchups for the day were fairly mostly competitive. I played against 2 MST. I played I think 3 Drake Hotel. I played against Blue Eyes. I played against Centurion, and I played against Malice last round. So not specifically in that order. I think it was Malice, Draco, Centurion, Blue Eyes, maybe 4 Draco, because I think it was Draco, MST, Malice. I think that's how my rounds ended up going. Yeah, deck felt good. I'll just get into it before I ramble on too long. So 3 Rex Ride for Hire. It lets you draw even during the opponent's draw phase if they draw a card, which is really nice. And then it's a Jokul. 2 Rex Freight. I think this card is just really good. I'm very much I was considering putting it to 3, because this card is just really good for like recovering. Because against the round 7 MST matchup, game 3, I made a pretty good board. I looked at his hand. It was like Ash. It was a few MST cards and a Lava Golem. So I kind of built my board to try and play around the Lava Golem, because obviously I was going to get Lava Golem. But I had like Solemn Warning. I had Bell in hand. And then when he drew, I went Ride, Draw, and I top deck into an Ash Blossom, which was really good. I didn't interact with my interruptions very well, I think, but he overlaid the Link 2 into Typhon, and swung over the Donner I had on board, because I kind of just made it. And in my hand was Rex, and I went Normal Summon effect. It baited out the Ash Blossom. I went make Almirage, Rex, banish, revive Donner. Donner, tribute the Almirage, because you can tribute any monster, and if you tribute a Link monster, you can bring back 2. So this card just helped me get back into the game. Raphael. It's weird because you would consider this a brick, but oftentimes when I see this, it's paired with Ride or Fossil Dig, so it just puts it on board. Beat is just a really good card. I've been considering putting this to 2, but I don't really think that's necessary. 1 Donpa, just pop a card face up. So you can't really interact with the Draco Tail sets. I've been kind of considering playing the counterpart to this. I think it's called Recon, which lets you destroy set cards, which could be better going second. But I think this deck kind of has just like a really good going second plan. Just because with the monsters gaining attack, it's just really good. But I've been considering the counterpart to Donpa. 3 Fossil Dig just searches any one of these 5. So you've got like 6 copies of Ride, 5 copies of Freight. So the only downside is that if you draw this off of like Folgo and you have Mayhem, or not Mayhem, you've got Raphael, you can't discard this off of Raphael. So that's kind of why I've been considering playing a 3rd, just to have more Fur Hires in hand. Mayhem, kind of been a brick over the tournament run, but when it's not, it works. I wasn't playing the Rookie for Hire because I don't really know how that card really works, but you could probably replace that with this. 1 Fandora, this card is what helps you like go second because of the attack gain. It's just really good. It helped me win a lot of games just because I had like 4 bodies on board, for hires on board, and it made Raphael like a 4K body, which is really good. K9 engine is pretty standard. 3 Noroi, 3 Azuna, 2 Lantern, 1 Lupus, and 1 Jopal. I opened this a lot, and it actually helped me play around, like, because one of my opponents told me that he was playing around Izuna, send Lupus effect revive, because he had Ghost Bell in hand. This guy got Ghost Belled like quite a lot, which is kind of annoying, but it's a good card right now. 2 Chaotic Elements, cut down from the 3rd to kind of make it 40. 1 Case and 1 Force Released, kind of just standard, I think. Hand traps, not really much to talk about. 3 Fua, and 2 Krulia. 3 Ash Blossom, and 2 Valor. I cut Nib for the Valors, which kind of did feel nice, but I kind of did miss Nibiru a little bit, but I don't think it was like really all that necessary. And then just 3 Imperm to kind of put it to like 5 target negates for the Draco matchup. For the extra deck, 2 Donner. Donner is kind of like the MVP of the deck, being able to revive 2, and it just helps you get yourself back into the game. 1 Folgo, just 1 is necessary. 1 Keel. Keel is just really good. In case you ever, Keel is really good actually. I think in the MST matchup, because they have the new like Shima or something, the one that summons and then bounces all the monsters on board. So if you've got like your Fur Hire stuff, you can Shipwright, summon, and then if you got Rex, you can kind of put yourself back on the board, which is really nice. SP, I made this only once against Draco Tail, trying to bait out a horn that I knew was set. Yeah, that was like the only time. I think it was a really cool play. I made SP, I targeted the horn. My opponent didn't activate it, and I had another body on board, so I just linked this off and the body in to make Donner. And then Donner, I revived 2 Rex Ride, and those are 2 level 5, so I just made Ripper, which was really nice. And then the Almirage. I was considering cutting this card because like it doesn't really come up all that often, but it did come up against the MST round 7. Because like I said, normal made Almirage, revive Donner, Donner tribute Almirage is just really good. I think the more I play this deck, the more kind of lines I see that you can do, which is obviously just a good thing. For the Xyzes, I played 2 Ripper. I didn't really make 2 all day. I'm considering cutting one of the Rippers for the Chronomaly monster, just because Ripper is really good, but it's only really kind of good setting up your board. Because like against Draco Tail, they try to 5-mana you just negate it, and then you could like sometimes you just need a monster negate that's not for just the hand or graveyard. So the Vamana might just come in if I decide to cut something. Yeah, I played 2. I played the new Ripper. This did not come up at all. This is kind of like a Vamana. This actually could probably replace Vamana, or Vamana could replace this probably. But the board wipe makes things kind of awkward, so it might be 2 Ripper, 1 Vamana. Because this just didn't come up at all yesterday. 1 Werewolf. This card, I've only played this deck a couple times. Last locals, I think I did. I just made Wolf and realized it could attack multiple times, not specifically into monsters, so that was really nice. 1 Jax. Jax is really cool. It just helps you go make Ripper, search something, and then you can either overlay 2, or you could make this off of the Force Release and pop like 2 cards, which is really nice. Valon almost came up, but my Lupus kept getting Ghost Belled, so I couldn't make this. I think in the Malice matchup, if they didn't have Ghost Bell or Impulse, I think it was a Ghost Bell, I could have booked a Moon there, Chessy Cat. 1 Imperial Princess. I only pulled off this combo once yesterday, and it did feel good. It felt good drawing 3 on my turn, and then to round out the extra deck, 1 Zeus and Typhon. I think I only made this once yesterday. I did. I made this once yesterday, and that was against the MST player, round 7. And I think maybe I didn't have the field spell up, so my Furhires weren't gaining any attack. So I was forced to overlay this over the Raphael, because I didn't go into the Keel, so I wasn't locked in anything. I made Typhon, I bounced their Typhon, and I put him on probably like 500 life points, and he just didn't have enough to get back into the game. For the side deck, 3 Ret C for the Draco Tail matchup. I sided this in. I didn't really see it all that often, so I couldn't really say how good it was. 2 Ghost Bell, 2 Droll. Droll really came up against the Blue Eyes player. The end board is still scary. It just has a lot to play through. That I don't think K9 can really push without losing all their bodies. So yeah, Droll really helped me. I played 1 Wiz. The unfortunate part is that Wiz never really came up. I never put this on my board, unfortunately. So I might have to end up cutting her, and I might end up doing another Solemn Warning for this, because that's just another spell or trap negate that doesn't really require a discard. So yeah, I think I would cut her, unfortunately. Or I could play a 3rd Ghost Bell. Triple Droplet. I think these mostly replaced Imperm going first, mostly against like turn 0 decks, but I only faced Draco Tail, and it did come up against, I think, the round 6 Draco Tail branded player, because they seemed to brick. Game 3 they made me go first, and I set up a pretty good board. I think under Mulch Army or Droll. I kind of just set up a half board. It was like a I don't know. I had stuff. I had Raphael. I didn't negate the Fallen of White summon with Ripper because I was kind of saving it for the Phimina. and they contact fused away my Raphael. And I got rid of the Alba Lenidus. I was able to get rid of it. I brought back Raphael, so I was able to negate the search effect. And then on their turn, they went normal summon Albaz, and I just dropleted. And they only had one card in hand, so I was safely able to send a spell card. So I knew it wasn't the 5 mana. Yeah, droplet, it felt nice. I could probably see replacing these with Crown if I found 2 more copies. One called by, one warning, one judgment, and one of the trap cards, one of the For Hire trap cards from B-Pro. I never set this once, so I can't really say how good it is, but being able to kind of like board wipe, I think this is kind of what you do under Perulia or Molcharmy. Yeah, Molcharmy. If you really just open like For Hire, because you can just go Rex, Ride, Summon Freight, add this, and each time your opponent draws, you get to draw because you have to Ride, so you're not really committing too much into a Molcharmy, but while you also have this, you search it off of the Freight, and you just got to pop 2, which is good. So yeah, that's what I took to Seattle yesterday. I think the deck performed surprisingly well. I think I would just cut the Wiz Sage for another Solemn Warning, just because it kind of does the same thing, but like you're not removing as much, I think. But yeah, that is the deck profile. Hopefully, I'm going to be playing this deck for a little bit. I just want to kind of like get better at a competitively viable deck, and I think this is kind of could be one of the main contenders, and I just want to get better with it. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys later.